Hey friends, as the win streak rolls on, Dolynny TV gets back to the studio to get you some news on the Oilers roster moves today, and obviously get you set up at the same time for the Battle of Alberta live from the Scotiabank Saddle Dome this evening. It's going to be a good Saturday to be in the building. That's what I've been telling everybody all week, and I look forward to hanging out with Patrick and obviously catching up on what will be a huge game for the Oilers, going for number 13 in a row wins, that is, here tonight in Calgary. Friends, if you are new to the channel right now, I will hit that subscribe ad I got here. Encourage you to do that for me if possible. And without much further ado, let's get to the news. I think I've already forgotten to upload the photo, but again, you guys are pretty usual to the routine here on a Saturday morning. Dylan Holloway has been recalled by the Edmonton Oilers, so they make a roster switch, I guess you could say, swapping one young center or potential center in Dylan Holloway for another young center in James Hamblin, who I don't know what he did to deserve to be sent down to Bakersfield, but roster positionally wise, I understand it. That's I guess the way I would put it. For the Oilers is you had to remove somebody from the forward group. Everybody spot on would have thought it would have been Adam Ernie. However, instead it is James Hamblin because that creates the possibility for the center position. Now, when it comes down to it, here's where we are at, right? You look at this here, Dylan Holloway is transitioning to center. You're probably going to play him on the fourth line, give him about 10 minutes tonight based on sending down James Hamblin. That'd be my guess anyway. But going forward, you need to give Mr. Holloway a lot of the runway to figure out if you've got a potential third line, fourth line, winger, center, whatever you got, maybe a top six winger. You got to figure that out. And the only way to figure that out is give him ice time and let him produce. So we'll see if the Oilers figure this out here starting tonight or going into the next few couple of games. But yeah, that's where we're at, right? Is a positional swap there for Hamblin and Holloway. And now the question remains, you're on a 12-game winning streak. Why do the Oilers continue to make changes to the lineup, right? It was a couple games back there, the Oilers changed McLeod and Evander Kane. McLeod went back to center on the third line. Kane went back to left wing on the third line or second line. That ended up paying dividends pretty much immediately. It was that game that both lines were the reason we won. And then obviously the next few games, Evander Kane's been pretty dang good. So that's where you're looking at right now, right? Is the Oilers kind of sitting here tossing it up a little bit and continue to change the lines as much as possible while also not changing them at all. You would see a good example of that. Sam Gagner came into the lineup last game out, so an interesting kind of add there and changing things up as he recovered from injury. So as well, Sam Gagner, a guy who you could have maybe shuttled back to Bakersfield too. So you look at that, Phil Kemp's still up with the Oilers, so there's a ton of things going on here that are kind of lining up that the Oilers are pretty comfortable with the situation they've got. They're pretty comfortable with the team they've got. And obviously, I think, too, one angle that I would play with Phil Kemp being still up with the team is in case you needed a defenseman coming out of tonight's game, right? The Calgary Flames are the opponent. Adam Klapka took morning skate. And I think biggest thing there is if the Flames are going to try and send someone after us to beat us up, send someone after us to kind of hit us a bit harder than we've been used to on this win streak, make it a little rough and tumbly of a game. There is potential, obviously, for injuries, and the Oilers may be safeguarding against that by keeping a guy like Phil Kemp around. So see what happens here, obviously, but I think the biggest news of the day is going to be this Holloway-Hamblin swap, and then what happens in the game starting at 8 o'clock tonight. It's just about noon as I record this, but you're looking at me and I am dead tired, so we'll see how I recover today as we go along. But I'm looking forward to getting that text message from Patrick to let me know he made it to the big city safe, and then we can get things going here for what will be a very exciting Battle of Alberta. The first one Patrick and I have attended together at the Saddle Dome, so looking forward to that. Obviously, you know, we attended the Heritage Classic, so this is 2 in a row, and there is potential that it might be 3 in a row when it comes to February 24th here shortly. But friends, thanks so much for being aboard this morning. Really appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. We'll catch you a little later on, some live coverage from just outside the Scotiabank Saddle Dome. I'm up on out of here.